There was once a girl named Genevieve who lived in a quiet village, surrounded by nature. Every morning, she woke up with the same thought. She wanted to go to school. But for Genevieve, going to school was not easy. The path was long, lonely, and filled with uncertainty. And in the middle of that path flowed a river. Not just any river, but one that felt alive. Its water moved endlessly, making a sound that was both common and powerful. Sometimes, it felt like the river was watching her, as if it knew her thoughts, as if it understood her fears and her dreams. One day, Genevieve stood at the edge of the river, watching the water flow. The current was strong, and the sound was louder than usual. She began to feel afraid. Her steps slowed down, and her heart filled with doubt. She wondered if she should turn back, if maybe this journey was too difficult for her. For a moment, she almost gave up. She looked behind her, thinking of the comfort of home, where everything was safe. But something inside her refused to let her leave. Something kept her standing there, right at the edge, between fear and courage. Then, something changed. She felt as if the river was speaking to her, not in words, but in a quiet, powerful feeling. It was as if the river was telling her to keep going, to not give up. Genevieve looked around, confused at first, wondering if it was just her imagination. But deep inside, she understood. The river was not trying to stop her. It was encouraging her. It was showing her that the path ahead, no matter how difficult it seemed, was still worth taking. And slowly, that fear inside her began to turn into strength. She took a step forward, then another, and kept moving ahead. The sound of the river no longer felt frightening. Instead, it felt like support, like a voice guiding her along the way. With every step, her confidence grew stronger, and her doubts grew weaker. The path was still the same, long and uncertain, but she was no longer the same person. She was stronger now, braver than before. And that day, Genevieve did not turn back. She continued her journey, with courage and determination, believing that she could reach her destination. Step by step, she moved forward until she finally reached her school. It was a small building, simple and quiet, but to her, it meant everything. It was not just a place to study. It was the beginning of her dreams, a place where her efforts, her courage, and her determination would finally take shape. She stood there for a moment, looking at it with a smile, realizing how far she had come, not just in distance, but in strength. She had faced her fear, and she had won. And perhaps the river never really spoke at all. Perhaps it was her own courage, finding a voice that guided her when she needed it the most. Sometimes, what feels like an obstacle is actually guiding us forward, pushing us to grow, to become stronger, to believe in ourselves. And maybe all we need to do is listen carefully, not to the world around us, but to the strength within us, waiting to be heard.